Hi guys, Eugenia from Genius Crypto Learning. So I want to talk about Bitcoin and where we are at the moment. A lot of people would have also heard that there's a death's cross approaching, so the sky is falling, and Bloomberg, being the leaders of FUD in the market, have given a prediction, which I'll show you in a minute. But you can see, obviously, in the last hour, Bitcoin is up almost 2%. I don't expect it to break out into a bull run. And I think if you watch a lot of the videos we've put out before, you'll also notice that we've been in a bear run for some time, and we have said that for some time. So I just also want to look at, as you can see, Bitcoin dominance starting to pick up again. We're now at 44.7%, and yeah, 4.77. You can see that we are in a rise here in BTC, and the altcoins are taking a bit of a knocking because of that, which means that there is some really good prices going around. Cardano is 16 cents. Neo, still waiting for this to come down slightly more to 700,000 satoshis before I get involved. And then, so we've also IOTA. I'll wait and reserve my opinion on them, especially until they've got their wallet up and running. Tron is a long-term investment for me. You can see Tron's having a bit of a good run at the moment because they're obviously having their testnet launching tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, like they're launching very soon, so they're doing quite well at the moment. So Bitcoin is obviously taking the biggest battering. Yeah, it's in the news all the time, a lot of FUD being spread around, but the biggest FUD of all is from Bloomberg. So let me actually just show you what I'm referring to. As you can see, this blue line, which is your 50-day moving average, and this red line, which is your 200-day moving average, are getting very close to either crossing each other, or Bitcoin needs to bounce up and get a bit of a bull run to avoid what they call a death cross. So let me play this video from Bloomberg for you. I'll leave the link to the full video in the description down below, but I just want to show you what they are predicting. So, as we've mentioned in previous videos before, that the institutes haven't got involved yet. They we call them the cartel. The cartel haven't got involved yet. They obviously waiting for a lot more regulations and legislation to be put into place. So they're going to try and go for the best possible price they can get before they then start dumping all their money into Bitcoin and stuff for the future. But if I play this video for you, I'm just going to stop and start every now and then just so that I can illustrate one or two points here. But it's a very interesting video. As I say, I will leave it in the description down below.
Today, we're taking a look at Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency is down sharply and missing out on the risk-on rally that we're seeing today for stocks. More specifically, spot Bitcoin here is down in a big way. You can see that down 8%, well below or more below $8,000 per Bitcoin. And behind this, some of the weakness could have to do with Twitter saying that they are going to ban most cryptocurrency advertising on its platform, similar to what we've seen from both.
So we will actually be doing a video on Twitter. Obviously we've done video on Facebook, which will have an update for that, because I don't think Facebook are playing very fair at the moment, banning ICOs and crypto, and in my news feed all I see is crypto. So we will be doing an updated one of that shortly. But Twitter, the news of Twitter that might be banning it, nothing's official at the moment. But obviously we will do a video on that as soon as the news actually hits.
Facebook and Alphabet. But more broadly, today's selling action may also reflect continued uncertainty around regulation and, of course, a popping of last year's parabolic uptrend. Now, relative to that parabolic uptrend, let's hop into the Bloomberg here and take a look at #BTV1211. Now, this is a roughly 2-year chart of Bitcoin. We see that in 2016 and 2017, relatively flat, but above the moving averages. And then last year, the parabolic uptrend. This is a scaled chart, a log chart, so it doesn't really show just how parabolic it was, but basically going from sub 1,000 to 20,000 in less than a year. Then we had this bearish congestion at the end of last year into this year, and that has caused Bitcoin to test down onto the 200-day moving average, pop back up, and now back down. We see a mini death cross. That is when a true death cross is when the 50-day moving average crosses below the 200-day. This is the 50 going through the 100-day moving average, telling you that the near-term sellers are really trying to take over. This chart continues to suggest to me that we could see Bitcoin go all the way back below $1,000 per Bitcoin, which seems pretty impossible. That is why I want to.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop this video here. The rest of the video, she and their presenter talk about, he says Bitcoin will be 900, but then he goes on to, at the end of the show, I will leave the description down below, but at the end of the show, he starts punting gold. So it makes you wonder what their motives are there, really. But so I just want to go in and talk about a death cross, what it is, how it works, etc., because there's probably a lot of people out there that don't understand what a death cross actually is. So this is from Investopedia. So a death cross. What is a death cross? A death cross is a crossover resulting from the security's long-term moving average breaking above its short-term moving average or support level. As the long-term indicators carry more weight, this trend indicates a bear market on the horizon and is enforced by high trading volumes. Additionally, the short-term moving average becomes the new resistance level in the rising market. So breaking down a death cross can occur in individual stocks within various funds, and when examining indices and averages, considered a bearish signal within the market. A death cross occurs when the short term, so the 50-day moving average, so yeah, we have the 50-day moving average, the blue one, okay, and also called the price trend, crosses below the 200-day moving average. It is named a death cross due to the X shape it makes when the trend is charted and is often considered a sign of further losses for a particular stock. So we're not dealing in stocks, we're dealing in Bitcoin, but you can see over here, this is what they're referring to as the potential if we go here and we go there, you can see this is your 50-day moving average and your 200-day moving average. The minute that blue one crosses over, that would be known as your death cross. But now the interesting fact is that they've now mentioned $1,000 per Bitcoin. Which is quite an interesting number, because that takes us back to the beginning of last year when Bitcoin was 1,000 USD. And we have mentioned in our videos before that the institutes, and let's be fair, Bloomberg is an institute, when the institutes, they're not happy with this price over here, as we've mentioned before, I have said that they're going to try and come down and test this resistance, the support level that dates back all the way from back over here and over there. So what dates this? This is 2017. Okay, the 70, so that's July, and this is August, September, and we have another one. This is the dip that occurred in March. So here's our support level. I've said in the past that I expect us to come and test this support level, and we're not far away. So you can see we're not far away at all, 7,126. But we have mentioned once before that the institutes, the banks, the governments, once the governments have put more regulations and legislation in place to control this ecosystem, we have mentioned before, and I'm sure you've also watched videos before where people said 4,000 is maybe where the institutes will want to get involved. Now, it's quite funny that you have Bloomberg, which a lot of people follow, apart from a lot of people in the crypto space, because this is very mainstream media, spreading FUD, etc., etc. But you can see that they have now got a total in their mind that they're trying to put into ours, saying, Bitcoin 1,000 USD. So that's a very interesting fact. Whether they'll get that is very debatable, very debatable. But they, as we mentioned before, they are both bear and bull. All institutes are both bear and bull. Retail investors cannot be bear and bull because we just don't have the same amount of capital as the cartels. So just thought I'd give you guys an update of what mainstream media is trying to aim for. They're trying to aim for BTC to come all the way back down to this point of a year, which is quite a big fall. Don't get me wrong, if it does come down, then I'm going to make sure that I have quite a few buy orders at this price, but most of my buy orders are set for roughly about this region, because that's where I originally saw it going. But now that you've got an institute spreading FUD like that, a lot of other people are going to be sitting there being very, very worried. Other retail investors, this is the institutes trying to shake the weak hands. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. It could be there's a fundamental flaw in Bitcoin, which if you understand the underlying technology behind it, then you would know that that's not the fact, especially with the Lightning Network getting implemented more and more. We will be, like, by the end of this year, there's been a lot of predictions. Even the SEC predicted that it will be a $4 trillion market shortly. A lot of predictions of $1 trillion market by the end of this year. So, yes, will the banks try and test this support level? I think so. Will the institutes and stuff, all the bear whales and stuff, will they try and test this? I think they will. Will they try come all the way down here? There is an argument for this. I watched a video on YouTube, which I'll leave a link down below, by Trade Devils. He's obviously very bullish on BTC, but he also gives analysis for a bear market. And if I'm not mistaken, I have it written down here. The lowest was 3,200. That was the lowest from a technical analysis point of view. But when you have banks and stuff manipulating the market like we know that they are, then they could go try and test that level. If that is the case, then I might be able to get my first whole Bitcoin or more at that price. So yes, looking to the future. Anyway, have a great day, guys, and I'll speak to you guys in the next video.